This week we learn about one of the most important groups in microbiology, the Enterobacteriaceae family. This group has a long association with humans, both for good and bad. Many members of this family are normal gut flora, and we couldn't live without them, but others are significant pathogens. Some of them are responsible for food poisoning, such as Salmonella and Shigella, but some are even more dangerous. Yersinia pestis, the cause of bubonic plague, is also in this group. This seems like a good place to continue our discussion of antibiotic resistance that we touched on with the tubercle bacillus last week. This group also accounts for many of the most resistant bacteria found in hospitals and nursing homes. I found so many nice articles on antibiotic resistance. Rather than give all of us the same one, I thought I'd give you the option of writing about your favorite one for the class. And that way we can learn about many different bacteria that are exhibiting resistance instead of only one or two. We have a lab on a special type of E. coli, which causes hemolytic uremic syndrome. And then there's a quiz associated with that video. The notable scientist this week is John Snow, who's known as the father of epidemiology for his work with cholera. Cholera is not in the Enterobacteriaceae family, but it is another major killer that begins as food poisoning. To see a little bit more about what epidemiology is like, there's a really nice exercise from the CDC called Solve the Outbreak. The one we're doing is called Midterm Revenge, and it's set in a college. See if you can solve the case, and send me a screenshot of your results page when you're done. We also have some fun videos on Salmonella. Remember Rebecca Lansfield, who made the chart for the streps? She has a fantastic recipe for eggnog. Very timely, because you were supposed to make it at Thanksgiving, but let it sit in the fridge until Christmas. It involves lots of raw eggs, but also lots of alcohol. The research question is, if you add enough alcohol, can you safely consume raw eggs? Lastly, we start our final round of Teach the Class. The draft of your 4 slides is due on Thursday, so I can correct them and return them to you by Sunday. Now you've been through this process twice before. You know how we're going to be using these slides. I would really appreciate it if you could make them as clear and concise as possible. I shouldn't need to do much editing at this point in the semester because you've seen and done some really good summaries, and you should have a good grasp of what content is important and how much content you can realistically put on a PowerPoint slide. We should feel so excited to start this week of our final round of Teach the Class. We have 4 more weeks, and then we'll be done with this part of the course. This will take us up till November 30th, and at that point we're down to the last full week of class, followed by a week of testing. Most of you are doing really well, and your averages show that. But for those of you who are not, the last day to withdraw is November 13th. If you want to have a conversation with me about where you are and how you can either get back on track or withdraw and try again, I want to remind you that I have office hours when hardly anybody ever comes to see me. Or you can email me and we can have a phone conversation or a WebEx. My office hours are Monday from 11 to noon, Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m., and Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. I haven't offered a collaborate meeting in a while simply because I've been really busy, and most of you don't come. But if you're feeling lonely or disconnected and you want to try to get a group together, email me and we'll put in a collaborate and we'll invite some other students to join us. When we get closer to the end of the semester, I will be holding some collaborate sessions to give you some ideas of what's coming for the final week, so you'll know how to get started organizing your notes, and you'll know what to expect. I see light at the end of the tunnel, and I hope you do too. At this point in the semester, it gets to be a slog, and it feels like this is never going to end. This terrible year, virtual classes, this pandemic. I really don't want this to be what microbiology looks like in the future. But you've been patient and willing to do just about anything, so I'm really grateful for you and for your effort and for your good humor. Okay, week 10, here we go.